Hello. Today, we're going to talk about the Well of Eternity and the World Forges. Azeroth is relatively peaceful for the first time ever, so the Keepers and the Titan Forge are doing a bit of housekeeping. This video won't be as action-packed as the last few videos, but this is fairly important stuff in setting the stage for future events. Also, we'll learn a bit of Azeroth geography, so yay! Geography! My least favourite academic subject. Let's go! The first thing the Keepers wanted to address was the scar left behind when Aman'Thul tore yogg-saron from the world's surface. A constant stream of volatile energy was bleeding from it, and they knew they should probably get a big plaster or something to sort out Azeroth's boo-boo. So they worked day and night, crafting magic wards, and eventually the energies calmed. All that was left was an immense sparkly lake. The Keepers wondered what they should name the sparkly lake. Ahn'qiraj suggested the Super Fabulous Lake, and the rest of the Keepers just kind of laughed at him, and Ahn'qiraj was like, "Oh, jeez." They then decided to call it the Well of Eternity. The power from this super fabulous lake would thereafter be infused in the world, helping life take root and bloom across the globe. Next, the Keepers needed to strengthen Azeroth's world soul and stabilise its life force. Ahn'qiraj and Mimiron combined skills to craft the Forge of Wills and the Forge of Origination. These machines would work in tandem, infusing Azeroth's spirit with cosmic energies. The Forge of Wills would shape the world soul's budding sentience. The Forge of Origination would regulate the rhythms of the deep earth and fortify the world soul's form. Once these two machines were built, it was time to install them. Odin oversaw efforts to install the Forge of Wills within the northern reaches of Azeroth, in a vast mountain range that would become known as the Storm Peaks. The Pantheon had appointed Odin as prime designate after his valorous deeds in the war with the Old Gods, so the task fell to him to watch over yogg-saron's prison and maintain the Forge of Wills. Odin and the rest of the Keepers built the great fortress of ULDUAR to serve as the main stronghold of the Titan Forged on Azeroth. ULDUAR would not only house yogg-saron's prison, but also the Forge of Wills and other machineries of the Keepers. Side note, ULDUAR is probably my favourite raid. It's probably everyone's favourite raid. It's a bloody fantastic raid. The Forge of Wills also served another purpose. It could draw on the life essence of Azeroth itself, which I'm sure she appreciates, giving shape and sentience to creatures of living stone and metal. This new generation of Titan Forge would help the Keepers bring order to the world. Or maybe they'd just end up being filthy millennials. As the Forge of Wills churned out those filthy millennials, High Keeper Ra led an expedition to install the Forge of Origination in the south. He was accompanied by a number of new stone-skinned Titan Forge creatures, the Anubasath giants, the tol'vir, and the Mogu. En route, Ra discovered that remnants of yogg-saron lay across the southern reaches of the world. When Aman'Thul ripped him up, bits had fallen back down to the world's surface and infused the surrounding lands with evil. The largest bit was the heart of yogg-saron, a mass of diseased flesh seething with void energies, and void cholesterol, because he'd eaten too many void McDonald's. Rather than destroy it, Ra imprisoned it. Of course he did. He built a subterranean vault to contain it and neutralise its evil. He knew studying the heart may help them understand old gods and other void creatures better. Ra charged his Mogu followers with guarding the vault and watching over the surrounding land. Want to know what that surrounding land became known as? I'll give you a clue. It rhymes with Spandaria. Added to World of Warcraft in the expansion, Schmists of Spandaria. Ra then continued his expedition and travelled west. He and his followers embedded the Forge of Origination in the land. As the machine turned on, Ra could sense the twin forges were working in synergy, sending healing energies through the heart of the world. They built another fortress around the Forge of Origination, and they named it Uldum. This would be the southernmost base of the Keepers. Like the Forge of Wills, the Forge of Origination served a dual purpose. If Azeroth's flora and fauna should ever fall to corruption, energies inside the machine would be unleashed to eradicate all life on the planet, allowing it to start anew. So you better watch yourselves, evil flowers. Ra charged some of the tol'vir and Anubasaths to watch over Uldum forever. He and his remaining followers marched northwest to a land later known as Silithus, and I imagine nothing happened because Silithus isn't significant at all. Nothing ever happens in Silithus. Wait, what? Okay, so Silithus is pretty important. Cthulhu's prison is there. Plus, you know, some stuff's probably going to happen there soon in World of Warcraft. Some stuff that's ultimately going to lead to some other stuff. Anyway, they built another fortress around Cthulhu's prison, and they called it ahn'qiraj. The remaining Titan Forge were tasked with safeguarding this fortress. Ra, on the other hand, would spend the following ages roaming the southern regions of Azeroth, observing his followers and ensuring they upheld their sacred charges. This kind of bothers me. I don't know if you've ever managed people. On every single team there's always one person, and when you give them instructions, you have to make sure to tell them that when they're finished, they need to come back, because otherwise they just bugger off. That's exactly what Ra's just done. He's finished a task, and now he's just wandering the desert aimlessly. Jerk. So we're leaving it there. There's going to be a couple of videos like this. It may feel like this is all just worthless information, but it really does set up a couple of new storylines moving forward. We'll be getting some new characters and some new MacGuffins next time, but we'll also be returning to a previous story that most people enjoy and getting a bit of advancement there as well, in a soon-to-be happening video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button or upvote. You could also subscribe or follow me, and there's a link to the Patreon page in the description. And all that's left to say is thank you very much for watching, and see ya!